Hello, everybody. This is our second Blackfoot language video. Excited, Colton?
Ah, ah. Okay, say.
You guys don't know what ah means. It means yes, so he's excited. So today we're going to do the consonants, and then we'll also do over here, oh, not this one, a couple of common phrases. I think there might be 2 pages of it. Yeah, there's 2 pages. We'll try and get through all of it. If not, then we'll do the common phrases in a separate video, and that's okay too.
Okay.
All right, Colton, the wheel is yours.
Okay, so first off, our first symbol is a P with a dot on top, and that's pronounced like B, B, B. Okay. The next symbol is the P without the dot, and that can be pronounced like in the word pin. So I'll just pronounce it P, P, P. Okay. Next up is the K without a dot, and that can be pronounced like kin or key, key, key. Then the next symbol is a K with a dot on top, and that's pronounced as in like the word get. You can pronounce it like gi, 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 gi. These next two are pretty much the same as in English. Actually, exactly the same in English, but I'll pronounce them that anyway. So M as in the word like me, me, me. N as in the word no, like ni, ni, ni. Then the next symbol is a T without the dot on top, and you could pronounce that as like te, or as in the word tin. So you could pronounce it as te, te, te. Then the next up is T with a dot on top, and you could pronounce it as in like the word stop. You could pronounce it like day, day, day. This next
So for the, I'm just gonna mute you as an echo. There we go. So for this T here, and then this T with the dot on top. So for English speakers, like this T with the dot on top, we have it, but we don't have it at the start of words, but Blackfoot has it at the start of words. So in English, we only ever have it with ST combinations. Any word with an S and a T, like last, stop, still, stood, I don't know, stomp, stack, like that when we say because the difference is that this T here, it's aspirated. What that means is when you say this T, like there's a nice puff of air that comes out of your mouth. For this T with the dot on top, there's no puff of air. So it's like a da 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 da, and not ta 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 ta. So it's not ta, but it's like da 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 da, not ta ta ta. It's the same concept for this P up here and this P over here. This P with the dot, it sounds like a B, but it's almost not. It's actually more like a P. Well, it's basically, it sounds like a B, but it's the same concept. You're just making sure there's no air coming out of your mouth. Same with this K and this K with the dot on top. The dot on top just means no air comes out of your mouth. For a K, though, it just ends up sounding like a G. For a P, it ends up sounding like a B. Well, whoops. What did I do? There we go. But for this T, it kind of sounds like a D, but it's not a D. It really isn't. So, all right, Colton, back to you. I'll unmute. You can unmute yourself.
And also to add, just like you have stop, you could also have like spy or sky. Same concept.
Yeah, for this spy for this one, and then sky for this one.
Mm-hmm. All right, our next symbol is one that doesn't really come up a lot, especially in the spelling system, but it exists regardless. It's just pronounced as the aspiration in English, ha, ha, as in like hot, hot. And really the only word that I could think of that it comes up in is like the word hun, hun, hun. So you could pronounce it like that, hun, hun. Right. This next really would that be called like a diphthong? when two like letters form one
Oh,
sound.
this would be a consonant cluster.
Okay. Consonant cluster. KS is pronounced well, it doesn't really help if I just pronounce it by itself, because then it also sounds like so what anyway, so KS as in like the word box, or you could pronounce it like ix, or ixy, or xy, anyway. This next consonant cluster, PS, is pronounced like in the word lips. So as in, you could pronounce it like ips, or ipsy, whatnot. The next consonant cluster, like in the word robots. And you could pronounce it like tsi or itsy, itsy. Our next symbol is just the single S, and it's just pronounced like the normal English S, as in like the word send. So you could say like C. Next up is the double S, and it's pronounced kind of like in the English word, like if you're to hiss, and you could pronounce it like C. The next symbol is pronounced ish. And yeah, ish. That's how you pronounce it. Ish.
For this one, I'll give a little bit of additional, what's the word, information. So ich for this one, if you speak German, this is an easy sound to say because German has this sound. If you don't speak German, I'm sure other languages have it too, but for English speakers, if you're like, how do I do ich? Am I saying it right, Colton? Ich?
Yeah, ish.
Okay, good. Yeah. And what you're doing, so some coaching for you guys. I'll stop the screen share actually. So you take the middle of your tongue, middle, kind of the back, kind of like back middle or middle, kind of middle, but maybe a little bit towards the back. You raise it up. So the middle of your tongue goes up. Okay. The tip of your tongue goes against your bottom two teeth here. And then you blow air between the roof of your mouth and the roof of your mouth and the middle of your tongue. So you get like a, it would be kind of like saying, oh, actually, I got an English word actually. Now that I thought about it. Oh yeah, I never thought of this before. Huh. It would be like saying the English word he. It's actually like the H in the word he. Like maybe I just say H is that way in the word he. I don't know. But when I say the word he, the in he is that sound. Oh, wow. That's crazy. So there's that. Let me share my screen again. This one, let's do this one. Well, yeah, I guess this one here is like, it's kind of like a French R. So if you do speak French, it's like it's in the all the way in the back of your throat. It's like if you're gargling water. So if you go, so imagine gargling water with no water in your mouth. That's that. I'll let Colton, you can pronounce some words with it, or if you want to add something, go ahead.
So yeah, it's pretty similar to the French R. I don't know enough French to say how accurate it is, but from what I've heard, it's pretty similar. I have noticed that in other languages with this a guttural tone, in Blackfeet it is a little bit more gentle. Sorry. So it's kind of like whereas other languages might make it more like rough sounding, like but it really is kind of a gentle sound. And yeah, a common word that I like to kind of use to teach this sound is like in the word achsa, and it achsa means like what's up or what is it, whatnot. Achsa. But yeah, that's achsa kind of means like huh, or like whenever like when somebody says your name, you could be like achsa, what do you want? It's more like of a phrase, or I mean of a I don't know the term, but it's not necessarily a word as it is like a expression. Akhsa.
And it means like what? Like if someone's like, hey, Colton, like, hey, what's up? Like that? Like, hey,
Yeah,
what?
it's kind of, yeah, pretty much. Like
Okay.
if I were just sitting there and you tap me, I could say akhsa.
Oh, okay. I didn't know
Or if
that.
like you were sitting there and I say, hey, Azren, you could say akhsa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Learn something new.
Yeah.
Not
And so
true.
this W, a lot of the time I kind of have to explain it more. A lot of the time it can be pronounced as the wa, as in the word what, but it also can be pronounced more as the second W in the word wow. Wow. So like if I take the word you guys, which would be gistu wow, gistu wow, gistu wow. So it's kind of like a hua sound even, and it's really silent. Like let me just take the word aki. So kind of like aki, aki, aki. So it's like you almost just open your lips and let a little bit of air out. Aki, aki. I'm not sure if you could hear it. It is very silent, so it wouldn't surprise me if you couldn't hear it. So aki or gistu wow. So it's kind of like hua sound even. And it typically comes at like the end of words. But it it can come at in the middle of words, like in the word awauka, 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 which means to kind of like play, awauka. So yeah. It depends on where it falls, but sometimes it can be pronounced wa, as in like awa, but it can be pronounced the ow. So like awauka. It's pronounced both ways in that word. And then this last symbol is just pronounced as a normal English Y. Yeah, 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 yeah. And yeah, these are all the consonants that are in Blackfeet.
And then maybe
Most
next
of
time
them.
we can do the phrases. I think it's gone long enough for a single video. So next time we can do the common phrases, or we can do that maybe next time. So
Okay.
okay, well everyone, I hope you enjoyed that. I'll stop the recording and I'll see you guys next time.
Kita matsanok po ako.